साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म गुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् अपारकरुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहं। परित्यज्य मौनं वठादस्थितिं च व्रजन् भारतस्य प्रदेशात् प्रदेशं मधुस्यन्ति वाचा जनान् धर्ममार्गेण यन् श्रीजयेन्द्रो गुरुर्भाति चित्ते नमामः शङ्करान् वाक्यविजयेन्द्रसरस्वती श्रीगुरुं शिष्टमार्गानुनेतारं सन्मतिप्रदं सत्यनारायणक्षेत्रात् सत्यव्रतमुपागतम् आश्रये कामकोटीशं सत्यश्रीचन्द्रशेखरं सद्गुरुचरणा Here in the Karma Yoga, Adhyaya, Krishna is talking about how Kama and Krodha, it affects your Jnanam. Vastutaha, we all are Atma Swarupam, Brahma Swarupam. When we talk about getting moksha, moksha is not an event in space and time. Previously, I was not a Mukta Purusha. Now, because of doing something, I have become a Mukta Purusha. It is like previously I was not a doctor. Now, after studying MBBS or MD, I became a doctor. So, becoming a doctor is an event in a particular time. After this time, when did you become doctor? You can tell, okay, such and such date I graduated. Where did you become doctor? You can say, I went to this school. Graduation happened on this day. So after this, I became a doctor. The problem with that is, before the date, you were not a doctor. After the date, you became a doctor. So, becoming doctor is an event in a particular space, a particular time. Shastra says that cannot be the nature of moksha, because whatever comes, it has to go. You have obtained the knowledge at such and such date, you will be relinquishing that knowledge as well. Whenever there is an association, Shastra says there is going to be a dissociation. And previously, I was not Brahman. After getting moksha, I became Brahman. Brahman was two previously, because Brahman was Dvaita. Brahman is there, I am there. And then after getting knowledge, I and Brahman became one. Brahman, on to Brahma, you can add things. Brahman, you can add things. From Brahman, you can subtract things. So all these vikaras come. So Shastra does not accept that type of moksha. In fact, what Shastra says, you are already a Mukta Purusha. We just do not know that. Give me an example. Karna. You take any standard Vedantic textbook, they give Karna for example. Who was Karna? Karna was Kunti Putra. Karna was the son of Kunti. And then Kunti relinquished Karna and he grew up to be the Suta Putra. Karna, throughout the Mahabharata, he wanted to become a Kshatriya. He wanted to be on par with the Pandavas. In reality, Karna was a Kshatriya. Karna was at par with the remaining Pandavas. Karna just did not know that. What happened with Karna? Karna just did not know that he was a Kshatriya. Karna just did not know that he was a Kunti Putra. But throughout Mahabharata, he aspired to be one. And later, during the war or in the midst of war, Kunti goes and tells Karna, "Hey Karna, you are not a Suta Putra, you are a Kunti Putra. You are not a Suta Putra, you are a Kshatriya." When Kunti told Karna this, what change happened in Karna? No change. He was already a Kunti Putra. He was already a Kshatriya. Karna just did not know that thing. Now Kunti, when she told, "You are a Kunti Putra, you are a Kshatriya," automatically he did not develop an extra pair of wing, extra pair of hand, extra pair of arm. He was aware of that knowledge. Okay, I am not a Suta Putra, I am a Kunti Putra, I am a Kshatriya. Karna knew that. Shastras say that is the Lakshanam of Moksha. It is not that you were not something before and after getting the Upadesham from Guru, you automatically become a Mukta. No. You are a Mukta Purusha. You were a Mukta Purusha. You are a Mukta. You will ever be Mukta. Unfortunately, we just do not know that. That Jnanam of Aham Brahmasmi is being covered by your Kama and Krodha. The Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam is covered by Avidya. Here Krishna gives 3 examples. Dhumena vriyate vannihi yatha darsho malena cha yathol benavruto garbha tatha tene damavrutam tena idam avrutam. Avrutam means covered. Avrutam means covered. Covering. Avaranam means a covering. That is why people normally say Navavarana Puja. There is 9 coverings in Sri Chakram. Nava Avarana Puja. Avritam, covered. What is covered with what? How it is covered? Krishna gives 3 examples. Dhumena vriyate vannihi. Vannihi, fire. That because of which we see everything. And Dhumaha, the smoke itself is a product of the fire. Fire is not an external entity that comes and covers, smoke is not an external entity that comes and covers the fire. Smoke itself is the product of the fire but that product of the fire covers the fire so that people cannot see it. Dhumena vriyate vannihi. The same way, Maya Shakti. Maya is not something that is different from Brahman. Maya is the Shakti of Brahman, but yet Maya covers the Brahman as it were. Dhumena avrute vannihi. Yatha darsho malena cha. We saw this example as well in the last class. You have a nice polished mirror, you can see your face very easily. But if the mirror is being tainted, what happens to your face? Nothing will happen to my face, but the reflection that is there from the mirror will be tainted. And what to do in order to see a proper reflection? All you have to do is just remove the taints on the mirror. If you remove those taints on the mirror, we can very clearly see what happens. What is the actual face? The same way, we saw this very elaborately in the last class. Our mind is like that mirror. Mano darpanam. Antakaranam is a darpanam. It reflects. It reflects the consciousness. That is why we feel that every body is conscious. Consciousness is not an intrinsic property of the body. How do you know? Look at a dead body. What is the difference between a living body and a dead body? There is absolutely no difference. You weigh a person when he is living. You weigh the person when he is dead. Not even a gram of substance called as consciousness has left the body. There is absolutely no difference in the chemical composition between a body that has lived and the body that has died. Absolutely no difference. So what happens? The living body has got a mind, and that mind is a sukshma sharira. That mind is a product of, it is a part of sukshma sharira, the subtle body. And the mind can reflect the consciousness. Just like how moon reflects the sunlight. Moon and all the planets, where do they get their light from? It does not get their lights. They are not the source of light. But moon and all the planets, they reflect off the sunlight. In the same way, our mind, it reflects the consciousness. And when we say all the planets, they reflect the sunlight. The light that you get from Mercury is different from the light that you get from Mars. Right? What is the name of Mars in Tamil? Chevvai. Chevvai. Apparently, the planet looks little bit reddish in color. Mars, Chevvai. Chevvai means red color. Mars is a red planet. The sunlight is not red in color, but what happens? The red color that is present in the Mars's soil, that reflects the red color sun. That reflects the light, and that light becomes to be red in color. Originally, sunlight is not red in color. Only the reflected light is red in color. right? So the reflecting media, it imparts some characteristics on the reflected light. The light that comes out of our planet is little bit bluish in color, they say. Earth is a blue colored planet. If you want to, when people, they take pictures of Earth from moon, when people, they take pictures of Earth from somewhere else, Earth will look like a blue color dot. Just like how Mars looks like a red color dot. Right. Why does Earth look like blue color dot? Because of all the water that is present on the surface. The reflecting media imparts some characteristics on the reflected light. Mars imparts reddish color on the reflected light. Earth imparts bluish color on the reflected light. It does not mean that original light is red color or blue color. Original light is white color. Original light that comes from the sun is white in color. But that light appears to be red. That light appears to be blue because of the reflecting media. The original consciousness, that is Brahman, it does not have any guna, any particular guna. But when the same consciousness gets reflected into our mind, it takes up the qualities of our mind. Our mind has got lots of raga and dvesha imparted in it. Our mind has got lots of kama krodha imparted in it. Our mind has got lots of vasanas imparted in it. And when the consciousness reflects, when the consciousness gets reflected out of our mind, the consciousness, the reflected consciousness is tainted with our raga, dvesha, kama, krodha and vasanas. The consciousness is tainted with the kama, krodha, raga, dvesha and vasanas that are present in our mind. And here Krishna does not tell that. What should you do if you want to get a clear light out of the mirror? I am looking at a mirror. I want to look at my face. I see that my face is tainted. I know that the spots is not coming from my face. I know that it is coming from the mirror. What should I do if I want to see my clear face, my face as is in the mirror? What should I do? I should clean the mirror. Right? If I use an ordinary soap to clean mirrors, it is going to leave residues on the mirror. The soap itself will leave residues on the mirror. So I want to use a particular soap that does not leave any streaks on the mirror. We have to be very important. We have to use a streak-free solution, a streak-free liquid that is designed particularly for the mirror, so that when the mirror gets cleaned and dried, there is no more streaks in the mirror. Right? In the same way, again, this point is not told in this place in Bhagavad Gita. This point is told later, but I am telling it here. In the same way, if you want to have untainted consciousness, that gets reflected out of your mind. If you want to obtain the untainted consciousness that gets reflected out of our mind, what should we do? We should clean our mind. We should clean our mind. And when we clean our mind, just like how we clean our mirror, we have to use a particular solution. It is called as Nitya Naimittika Karma. When we do karma, the karma purifies your mind. Chittasya shuddhaye karma nacha vastupalabdhaye. Somewhat like this, Acharya says in Viveka Chudamani. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. When we do karma, when an Advaitin does karma, we do not do karma to get punyam and papam or to get swarga. An Advaitin does not care about punyam or papam. In fact, he does not want any punyam or papam because punya papam is going to give you next janma. That does not mean I cannot do any karma, because karma purifies your mind. What type of karma? Nitya Naimittika karma. There are several types of karma. Nitya karma, Naimittika karma, Kamya karma and Prayaschitta karma. Nitya karma is Sandhyavandanam, Aupasanam, Agrihotram, etc. When you do a Nitya karma, you will not get any punyam. But when you do not do a Nitya karma, you will get papam. When you do Sandhyavandanam, you don't get any punyam. But when you skip Sandhyavandanam, you will get papam. That is called as Nitya karma. That is to be done every day. Yajna dana tapah karma muchyante sarva kilbishaihi. Later Krishna will say in Bhagavad Gita, hey Arjuna, when you do yajna, when you do dana, when you do tapas, it removes all of your papam, because all these things are Nitya karma. Naimittika karma is like Nitya karma, but you don't have to do it every day. You do it because of a particular nimitta. Amavasai, it is a nimitta. I do tarpanam. Shraddam, we do only once in a year. That is a Naimittika karma. Grahana tarpanam, Naimittika karma. Again, when you do, you will not get any punya. When you do not do, you will get papa. So this Nitya and Naimittika karma, it purifies your mind. There are other types of karma. There is a Kamya karma. There is a Prayaschitta karma. All these are like other solutions. It probably can clean the glass, but it is going to leave its own residues in the glass. When you go to stores, they have got a separate solution for cleaning glass. You cannot clean glass with all the soap. Right? Nitya and Naimittika karma is like glass cleaning solutions. We have got Kamya karma. We have got a Prayaschitta karma. All these karmas, they are good. I am not telling Kamya karmas are bad. I am not telling Prayaschitta karmas are bad. But remember that it is going to leave its own residues in the glass. it will not completely clean your antakarana. Only nitya naimittika karmas, they clean your antakarana. Why is antakarana purification is important? Only then all the impurities are removed and you can obtain your own swarupam, that is Atma Swarupam, in your mind, in your antakarana. With this we will finish today's class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.